Um, there we go. We had a rough start. There we go. So if anybody wants to join in on the live stream, please, there's a link there on the different accounts that you can join in. It'd be wonderful if anybody wants to join in live and if you have any questions. So it's going to be wonderful. I'm here to talk about a bunch of different things. I'm going to be traveling to Asia for 2 months. And it's not easy being a vegan because of the fact that, when you're vegan and what you eat and put into your body really matters to you, it's a different world, isn't it? It is, because I eat a lot of things at home. I prepare, I take with me where I can. But when you're at a trade show, you're at the mercy of the people that are there, right? And the booth or the selection that they have. So I'm going to walk you through what I've seen, and let's see if we can enjoy ourselves. And I wanted to do a bit of a screen share. Let me see if that's working. Let me lay out screen. Let me see. Also, if anybody wants to join in on the live right now, you can join in because of the fact that I have the link there on YouTube, on Facebook, so you can join in and talk to me live if you have any questions. So let me see if I can get the screen working. Picture in picture. Let's see. That didn't work too good. I haven't used this software in a while. So I just want to say I'm going to be celebrating 4 years going vegan. I still remember the day I woke up just feeling awful. I was thinking, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my life? And that was just one part of the transformation that we all go through in our lives, right? And for me, the transformation was, let me just see if I can go vegetarian for a week. Can I just cut out some of that really unhealthy red meat? There's so many antibiotics in there, and there's other, things. And then afterwards, I started doing all this research and reading and watching all these documentaries on Netflix and YouTube, and it just kind of opened my eyes. It was like, especially during the COVID era, where it's like running a marathon and giving up right near the end when you could probably win or you could finish the race, right? And that's what I call winning. And another way to look at it is I have always felt, okay, I've never been in love with a woman. I believe in love from a family, parental type of perspective. But this has changed my love for humanity in a way, because I never knew I loved animals so much that I'm willing to stop distinguishing between them like racism and just say, God has given us so much. Mother Earth needs to be protected. And that's why it's so important for us to be an inspiration. That's where I want to be. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Sometimes I'm like the black sheep of the family, right? People are like, hey, and I get it. It's all about money. That's why, look at Trump, right? Trump is the embodiment of the narcissistic alpha male. And there's alpha females and narcissistic females too. And we all know somebody like that, right? Whether they're a coworker or a neighbor or a teacher, or doctor or whatever. And that's sort of a dividing line. Do we want to accept that type of behavior because that's considered confidence? That's not confidence. That's not how you talk to people these days. People are looking for being authentic, being real. That's what I hope to do. I hope to be authentic. I hope to be real. That's what it's all about for me, is coming across, being real, being authentic. And I hope to do that. I hope to inspire other people to want to just ask yourself questions. For example, I've talked to so many people who say to me, they could give up meat, but the cheese or the dairy is the hardest part. And again, it's all about the mindset that I never had for 50 years. Like, I remember my dad actually forcing us to eat meat when I was like, I don't know, 4 years old, because he thought he was customizing us to Canada. And I didn't realize that eating animals is not truly in our nature, but it's been perverted and changed in so many cultures. And that's why the majority of Indians in India are vegetarian, but they're not any healthier always because they eat too much ghee and they eat a lot of fatty foods. So that's key. It's about eating unprocessed organic foods. And that's when it comes down to understanding for the next generation that your relationship with food will change. There has to be. When they're putting all these additives and ingredients to make things taste good, artificial flavors, and all these unhealthy things, it cannot taste good or the same as what we're used to, right? And again, it takes time because our bodies are constantly detoxing. And I read this that it takes every year. I was a carnivore. I was a carnivore for 50 years. That means it's gonna take me 5 years for my body to completely detox. And in April, I'll be at year 4. And you know what? Even though I've read all these documentaries and watched all these books and all these things, I'm just starting my journey. I feel like, because I don't feel I know I'm an expert at all, but it's a very powerful topic, right? When we talk about blue zones in the world where people live to be 100 or more, people disparage that because they have a very fundamental plant-based diet in most of um, the zones. That's where the data shows us. But people are very defensive when it comes to food. And so once you change your relationship with food, it makes a huge difference in terms of your lifestyle. That's what I found. And I want to inspire other people that you can make a change. You don't have to go vegan. You can just start living a healthier life. And then you're going to start asking questions about what type of ingredients or what am I eating. All these sorts of things are very important. And I hope that we can just bring inspiration to others who are less fortunate. So thank you all for being here. It's been a Thanksgiving here in Canada, but the Thanksgiving is different. It's not a huge family gathering for social media when half the people hate each other. It's one person and two people. Actually, two people. There's one other person inside I never knew, myself. I didn't know what I loved. I didn't know that I was capable of loving people and finding other people. I didn't know I was capable. I adopted my son. He was orphanage to my son. So every day I want to inspire other people that we are all capable of being a better version of ourselves. That's all I want to say. Happy Thanksgiving. Even though I remember my previous versions where we used to cook turkey and be around people that sometimes we didn't always enjoy their company, but we had to because that was the social norm. That's what people do, right? But maybe life can be different if you're willing to stand up for yourself. Have the self-love and look for your tribe elsewhere. That's what I'm doing. Look for your tribe. There's other people that will respect you, will understand you. Peace out. Okay? I'm Tony, Toronto. I'm flying to Hong Kong in a few days. After 40 years. At 14, I went with my dad. It was such an emotional time. I miss my dad. I miss my mom too. The version of my mom that I remember. Because the one that is here is gone. It's okay. I love you, Mom. I love you so much. Bye-bye. my vegan journey.